Hello and welcome to the European Rugby Challenge Cup Round 3 predictions brought to you by DrivingMaul. Yes, we're back to the European Rugby after a break which saw the November internationals take place, obviously. So, first up we have Toulouse hosting Lyon in the European Challenge Cup, and it's going to be interesting to see how sort of serious these two teams take it, and that's going to be the big decider between us. Normally, French sides don't like losing at home, so you expect Toulouse to put out some sort of decent side. But Lyon are still in with a good shout of doing well in this competition, so they have already, having got the win under their belt and sitting second in their group. So we'll see. I'm going to back Lyon to win this one by 3, having a good season this so far. Next, we have another all-French affair with Agen hosting Pau. Now, Pau are going great. They've won 2 games in this, and they sit relatively safe in the top 14 as well. Agen, on the other hand, are not having such a great season. I think Agen will put up a fight at home. If you look at their record, they beat Zebre at home by 35 points and then lost away to Gloucester by 45 points. Clearly, it's only their home games they're taking seriously. Whereas Pau won both their games, but they were by less than a try, or a converted try anyway. Still, I think it's Pau taking this a bit more seriously than Agen. I'm going to back Pau to win this one by 3, away victory in France. Next, we see Stade Francais hosting Krasnodar. Krasnodar beat Stade Francais at home. This is one of the rare situations where we'll have teams playing each other already, have already played each other in this competition. And they won by 5 points over in Krasnodar in cold Siberia. This is going to be a different thing. I think Stade Francais will have their pride at stake in this one. I don't expect Stade to win this one, but only probably by about 5 or so. I don't think they're going to take this. So they're not taking it too seriously, this competition, having lost 2 games effectively out of it already. Dragons host NSI, who have had a bad season this time. They have lost both their home games that they had over in Russia. Whereas they've actually managed to win home games in their previous 2 seasons in this competition. And I think Dragons are going to heap on the pain and win this one as well by about 7 points. Then we have Zebre hosting Gloucester. Zebre, 2 losses already. Gloucester do like this competition, even if they've only had 1 win out of 2 so far, and do trail Pau. But I think they're going to catch them up here, and I'm backing Gloucester to win this one by 7. The Italian clubs are going better this season. But as I think Gloucester are also going very well, up to second in the Premiership, and also say they do like this competition. Next, the Sharks host the Blues. The Blues have had a great start with 2 wins so far, whereas the Sharks, it's been a bit with a draw and a loss, not so good for them. But they are a home team, and so they are very good at home, and so I'm going to back Sale to win this one by 3. Outside of this competition, the Blues really haven't been firing that well in the Pro 14. Worcester host Oyonnax. Oyonnax, bottom of the top 14. I think they're going to rest all their players on this away trip, so Worcester should pick up a win. I'm backing Worcester by 5. They've also have been going relatively decently over the last few games in the Aviva Premiership. Falcons host Bordeaux, and they had 2 wins in this competition earlier, but things haven't gone so well for them since then. They had a run of 4 losses before they beat Northampton last weekend. So wheels have come off the wagon a little bit. Bordeaux sat in that sort of challenging in the top 14. I think that's where they're going to concentrate themselves again on the away. I think next weekend they'll put out a much stronger side than this. I mean, they beat NSI by 40 points at away and lost to Falcons by 1 point at home. So we'll have to see. But I think that, as I say, I think that Falcons will win this one by 3. Edinburgh hosts London Irish. London Irish are going to be resting their players for the Aviva Premiership. Edinburgh wins this one by 7. They've got 2 wins under the belt, and I'm sure that Cockerell will be taking this competition relatively seriously, as they're in really good shout now. Brive host Connacht. I think at home in France, Brive will win this one by 5, and I think in the return fixture they're going to lose to Connacht. As we saw, they lost on the road to Worcester, but they beat Oyonnax at home, and I think they'll take it seriously at home, but not when they travel next weekend. So yes, so Brive by 5. Always up for good old rugby chats. Please let me know your thoughts down below, or you can get hold of me on Twitter at DrivingMaul. Say always up for good rugby chat. So do get in touch. Enjoy whatever rugby you're watching this weekend, and let's see how it all goes.